when I think about businesses today and I look at web design, I don't look at it and go, bad business. I go, bad business owner.
Yep.
Right. If I went and made this my thing today, could I make a successful web design agency following the principles we use in the businesses we run and operate today? Absolutely. And I don't think if anything, I actually think this niche is growing on some of the research I've done. I think people are becoming more dependent on web. And I think there's bigger opportunities in web, specifically in like websites and website design than some other niches right now. Like I'll give you the one I'll just straight out. Ready for the knee-jerk reaction?
All right.
Web design agency or SEO agency?
Oh, web design.
See? Case in point.
Yep. Because it's so much easier for me to articulate the wins and I can control my successes. And it's not built on someone else's race course like Google.
See? Different values. So I actually think this is if you're in web design right now and you're thinking of getting out of it, I'd really reconsider that. And if you're in some other like slightly related things like SEO, this might be a fantastic, I'll call it service, not niche, but like product and service to deliver, I think is like demand's bigger than ever. You need an online presence. It's no longer optional. There's very few businesses out there that can rely on not being online.
Totally. I think it's almost a mandatory now. I just don't. Outside of maybe the hot bread shop.
No, but even then, I will say my bakery does have a fantastic website.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just again, to my bakery though, what I would love to know is like what you bake today. Just so I can check if I'm going to come past or not, because you don't bake the same shit every day. Like if you've got the bread I want, I'll go past.
I feel like I've poked a sour in this little place.
Yeah, because Jack likes cinnamon donuts, and if they haven't done the cinnamon donuts and we go past, he's not happy. I should have taken him to get hot chips. All right, Grant, I'm going to let you kick this one off. You ready for this?
No, but throw me under the bus. Let's do it. All right. I'm going to take a stranglehold on this, Charlie. I'm very fortunate. I know dentistry very well. And so I'm going to take the business, throw it straight into dentistry.
Okay, so you've got a hold of this web design agency and you're going to be focused on dentists.
Yeah.
Why dentists?
I know how much dentists generate in revenue and I know their profit margins. And so because I've got another business in this space and I know that you can approach the decision maker via other partner avenues. So I can actually get in front of the people who have the credit card to go and make the decision, and I can represent myself or the brand as a known expert in this area. And I think there's just so much to run with.
All right, so you've got your hands on this web design agency. First thing you're doing is niching it into dentists for those reasons there.
Have to niche it in. And there are some other industries, but we'll go with dentists today. So decent revenue, great profit margin, a very stable business. Do you really think technology is going to make dentistry irrelevant? No, like people are always going to want this thing. So it's kind of future-proofed in the sense that.
Do you know what? I never thought of the evergreenness of dentists. You're absolutely right. Like if you snap a tooth and it's a recession, you're still going to go to a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
But even more than that is like I've seen a lot of interesting things around like weddings where people will do whitening, orthodontics, right? Where it's like, people want straight teeth. Like there's a whole identity attachment to it. It's not treated as the same as other things.
You should see dentists coming into Christmas and parents wanting their kids to have good teeth for photos for the family and stuff. It's full on. It's nuts, man. It's amazing. I think it's, and I'll put it out there. I think it's a great service. Like who doesn't want to have a good smile?
That's what I mean. Photos, memories. There's like, this is one of those interesting ones that's not necessarily logical. I love markets that aren't logical because people will spend obscene amounts. So I can work with this niche. I do.
Awesome. We're then going to go and give them a subscription package. So the interesting thing with dentists is they use bespoke software to book customers in, right? And like you've got this thing called Dent for Windows, etc., that a lot of web design agencies won't actually know how to use or integrate with, which means it's like this very specific tool that like 90% of dentists use that I can specialize in integrating with and actually making that a seamless experience for a customer and return customer. But I can also make it on the other side of them helping to sell and to book new customers in, new patients in, etc. So I can now become a part that is a very important component of their overarching operating model as well as sales and marketing model.
Oh, I don't know about you, but do you feel that water around us? That what's it?
A little bit of a moat, completely. And so then I sit there and I'm like, I'm going to be able to run the reports. Like, how many dentists? And I know the answer to this. How many dentists do you think actually know how many people went and viewed a booking form and then disappeared and didn't actually book something. How many dentists do you think knew that it was a new versus an existing? And now they're coming through my website. I'm getting the analytics and I'm providing those reports back to them. And it's all automated. It's easy, but I'm a 1-in-1 where they just go,
that is so hard to compete with as well. Like if you were a dentist and you were shopping between a few operators and one knew how to work with your booking system, that alone I would probably buy on. But if you can offer additional reporting or value in another way, which I'm going to assume you could probably auto-generate a lot of this type of reporting these days also.
Totally.
Well, now there's like continual value and it leans into your subscription model. Have you thought about like pricing on this if you were going to do it?
I'm going to go to marketing first.
All right, go to marketing.
So I know exactly. So dentists are amazing. So most dental practices are owned and operated to some extent by dentists themselves, which means that they need to go and do what they call CPD points, which is a level of education that they have to get every single year.
Can we just pause right there? So instead of being owned like by a conglomerate or something like that, they're just like individual medical practices. Like
Totally. So
the dentist probably works within the building. They own it as well, that type of thing.
Exactly. So you've got your corporates that'll have like your 30, 40, 50, maybe 150 practices and things like that. And they would be a win, but they would have internal marketing teams. They'll have all those things. So like I wouldn't target them. If I got one, great, it'd be a whale, but I'm going for the more mum and dads might have 1, 2, 3 practices kind of thing.
Do you know what's interesting? I think that gets overlooked in niche quite a bit. And we know someone who works in fitness, right? And one of the reasons they're in fitness is because like a lot of the gyms are like owner operated.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to get access to decision makers really important. Where if you were going to target like supply chain logistics, it's a very, very specific few big companies that play in that space.
Totally.
So different game, different access. All right, I dig it. For the marketing thing, particularly important.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.